Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. Today I want to share my thoughts on Streamer University. So one thing I like about Streamer University, like my favorite part out of the whole thing, is the draft. And so I was watching it a few days ago. And it was just very inspiring to see people just react to seeing their name on the board. And it's my favorite part because people's lives are changed. And it's also motivating to me, like, to just see people's lives be changed and get into the university. And the motivating part, like, that's motivating. Also, some of the people that are on that board, the people that get drafted to the university, they be grinding hard. Like, some people, they have done it for like years. Like, for example, Suburb Baby, I never heard of him. The first time I heard of him was literally when I saw his video application on TikTok and it went viral, and I liked it. I was like, oh, this is a good video, this is a good application, and I had never heard of him. But yesterday I had saw, like, somebody had made an edit of basically him, basically his reaction to, I believe, getting picked. And I think he was the last person on that board. And then they showed in the edit basically of him, like, doing content ever since he was like young. I think he was in high school or middle school, I don't know, but he looked young. Like, in the old clips that they showed of him, he looked young. So he had been doing it for years. And then people in the comments was saying, like, Suburb Baby, he was thinking about, quitting content and everything. But I don't really know him. I never watched his content, but I'm glad that he got in. And it's just very inspiring just seeing people work hard with content creation and basically getting into the university and everything, and like after working so hard and stuff like that. And Streamer University is not the end all be all. Like, you don't have to go to Streamer University to be successful, but it is a good opportunity that, of course, like, if you do it right, if you play your cards right with the opportunity of going there, you can blow up, you can be big. Like, people have brought up, like, one of the main people, and even Kai has mentioned, Yana. She blew up big on Streamer University. And honestly, that's where I knew of Yana. Like, I think I remember maybe seeing a few videos of Yana before Streamer University, but I don't know. I think I vaguely remember, but I feel like, yeah, I do remember seeing some clips of her at Streamer University. But basically around that time, around Streamer University, to be honest, I think maybe right before and then during was when I heard her. Like, I never, like, people said Yana had some following before that. She was doing skits and all that. I never heard of Yana. And of course, I became more familiar with her because I would see, like, cute little edits of her and Marlon on TikTok. That's when I became more familiar with her. And I was like, oh, okay, she seemed cool and everything. Yeah, so basically she's one of the main people that has benefited off of it. Yet there are some cons. Like, of course, some people that have gone to Streamer University, they haven't really taken advantage of that opportunity. And, like, some people were in their dorm rooms the entire time and weren't really socializing with others and everything. And I feel like I can understand why some people didn't do that. I feel like, for one, Kai was also bringing in people who weren't IRL creators. Some people, they were literally just desktop creators or cosplay people or, like, gamers. So I can understand why those specific content creators would not feel the need to go out and socialize and be in other people's clips. Is because when they stream, they do gaming and desktop. They don't do IRL and do skits or whatever and scripts. So I can understand why some people stayed in the dorm, but it is kind of like, dang, like this is a big opportunity that like staying in the dorm and doing nothing but being on your computer is wild. And it's like, I feel like for the gamers, for the people who just be on their desktop and are IRL, I do feel like if some of those people would step out and like maybe do a few IRLs, even though they don't do that content, and just go around campus and meet people, even though, let's say someone is a gaming streamer, they don't do IRL, but then they're like, oh, I'm at Streamer University, let's switch it up, you know, I'm gonna do a little bit of IRL, like, I want to go around and meet people and stuff like that. Like, bro, like that's like, that could change, like, what's the word, that can transform your platform. It can also bring up numbers too, because let's say, for example, let's say you run into Kai or run into DG and you're IRLing, and then the people that are going to be in your stream, your views are going to jump up. And like, you may only do gaming, but if you switch it up with IRL, that brings in more people, more traction, and it's a switch of content that people that like IRL, they will come to you to look to see for more IRL, even though you're known for gaming. Like, you can bring in both and boost your platform, boost your channel. But, you know, some people didn't do that. They just stuck to what they did, which, you know, if they just did desktop, they stayed in the dorm. And, you know, I understand if you usually do that. And I understand why some people may do that. It's because, like, you may be shy or introverted and everything. I feel like there are a lot of streamers that are introverted because, like, specifically desktop people that may be introverted because, you know, imagine just being at home, reacting to videos, being on a computer, like, not really having to do IRL and step out to the real world and talk to strangers. Like, that's probably an introvert's dream because, like, you're in the comfort of your own home. You're just talking to a camera. Like, it's not as nerve-wracking. It's not as draining as going out into the world and interacting with people, interacting with strangers, trying to get a clip, you know? So I understand why people may have just wanted to stay in their dorm because, I don't know, I probably would have done the same thing. Like, I mean, I am an introvert and everything, but I don't know, at the same time, it's like, I don't know if I probably would have done the same thing because it's like, if I was in there, even if I was an introvert, even if I was a bit shy, I would have probably tried to, like, go out into, like, the university and not just be in my room to see who I can run into, probably say hi to some people, even if I'm nervous, because I don't know, like, I feel like for me particularly, like, and I feel like for anybody, you just got to be around the right person that can bring out that fun side of you, that can bring out that extroverted side of you, even if you're an introvert, because I'm an introvert. Like, around certain people, you'll open up, you'll show more of your personality. I feel like it can work for anybody. You just got to put yourself out there. You just got to be willing to, you know, and not be in a room. So I hope that people who are who are in the class of 2026, I hope that all of them will do better than some of the people in last year's class. And I hope everybody will be mixing and mingling. Like, I hope that I will see more unfamiliar faces on TikTok clips that go viral. I hope it won't be just the same big people, you know. I hope it will be smaller creators that'll have funny clips, and I'll be like, wait, who is this? Like, I think I wanna like follow them or whatever, watch their Twitch or go to their stream, whatever, you know. So, but yeah, like, I'm excited to watch people who are gonna be at the university. I don't know who specific. Well, I'm trying to think. I don't fully know who I may watch. I think since I brought up Suburb Baby, I might watch him to see what he does at the university, because I've never heard of him or watched his content before. So I might watch him. So, and see, this is an example. This is an example of why Streamer University may be good, because there are people out here that are talking about, oh, Streamer University, like, forget them, like, you don't have to go there, which is true. You don't have to go there. You don't have to go there to be successful. But, like, let's not lie and act like this is not a good opportunity. The prime example that I brought up, how I never even heard of Summer Baby. But because he got drafted and I seen his application video on TikTok and now he's in, I'm thinking about watching him when school starts. Like, so it's still a good opportunity to grow. But yeah, I basically again say all that to say, I'm excited to see how everything goes. I hope people take advantage of it. And then also, I want to bring up again, like, this is all inspiring me to be more consistent as a content creator, because for years now, ever since I was a child, if we're being real, ever since I was a child, like elementary school, like maybe kindergarten, first grade, ever since I was a child, I've liked to make videos. So I feel like this is something that's always been in me. And, just seeing people get drafted for this next school year, it just motivates me to like be more consistent, because is my goal to go to Streamer University? No. But my goal for my channel, for my platform, is to be consistent, because we've all heard the phrase, consistency is key, but it really is key. If you're consistent in anything in life, you're gonna see results, and that's with good or bad. For example, if you're consistently, smoking, you're gonna be addicted. That's your result. If you're consistently going to the gym, you're gonna see results. You're gonna lose weight. You're gonna bulk up, whatever. Like, if you're consistently, watching TV, like, you're gonna continue to watch more and more TV. Like, the point is, consistency really is key for everything in life. And I know with social media, YouTube, TikTok, like, the algorithm, when you're consistent, the algorithm rewards you for that. Like, they'll push your videos out more. And I just know, like, if if people that have been watching my videos, they know, like, every now and then in some video I may bring up, guys, I'm gonna try and be more consistent and post more videos. Like, I've said that a lot of times already in different videos. Like, I be posting a video after not posting one in a long time, and I'd be like, hey y'all, I'm back, I'm gonna try and be more consistent, and I don't. I post a few more videos after that, and then I just stop, and I come back, post some more videos, and then stop, come back, stop. So I am consistent in not being consistent. And that's like, dang. So, but yeah, again, this is inspiring me to make more videos and be consistent, because some of the people that are gonna be going to the university, these people were consistent. Some people were doing this for years, some months. And there was one person, and what's his name? His handle's named Smoke Certified. People was like, they finna watch him, because literally the day he got drafted, he sparked up a stream, and somebody had looked up his like streaming history, and basically that day he got drafted and Kai like showed his name on the board was the first day he streamed. So he had not ever streamed any other time, but he got in because, like Kai was saying, the people that was getting in, they had good applications. So from what I gathered, some people that got in, they had good applications, but they probably weren't doing content for years, but they had a good application, so you let them in. So yeah, so like what's my point on all this? Oh yeah, basically I bring it up to say, like, you know, some people that are in, they got in because they were consistent and they like were working hard. Other people that got in, they had a really good application, really good video or whatever, and Kyle was like, let's let them in. And who knows, after this they'll probably be consistent and start making a lot of content, and it'll be up from here for them. We'll never know. We'll just have to wait and see. But the point is, I'm sure whatever they did in that application, even if they weren't consistently streaming, working hard, whatever, it got them in. So it had to have been good. And they had to have put in that work to do that application. So I don't know. But anyways, again, I'm glad that I'm happy for people that got in. And this is just inspiring me to like work on my craft, because I've been doing YouTube on and off for a few years now. But I've always had, for years now, I've always had like a dream of like being successful on YouTube, because I genuinely do like making videos. I feel like the thing that like I don't enjoy as much is editing. Now I will say I don't do complicated edits. I feel like I want to do more advanced edits, like when I start actually like having an actual support system, an audience. I feel like now I'm just building my channel right now, so I really don't have to do too much for real. And I can if I want to, but I just want to focus on being consistent, because that's all that matters. I don't have to worry about having all these fancy edits, because you really don't have to have a fancy edit. Like, and nowadays people, they just want raw, authentic videos. And I feel like that's what I give. I don't really give like highly edited, heavily produced videos, you know? And that's not, I mean, you can do that, but that's not what I want to do on my channel for right now. I just want to be consistent and just post my daily life and whatever. So, but yeah, happy for everybody. And yeah, this is definitely inspired me, because one day I could be like these people. I don't want to be on Streamer University, but I do want to be able to, you know, be consistent on YouTube or whatever, and, you know, be able to make an income on YouTube. Because once you do YouTube right, like when you're consistent and when you reach the requirements to be monetized, like it's up from there. And if you're consistent, because you can be monetized but then not be consistent, not really making any money. But the fact is, I like YouTube. I'm passionate about it. I'm passionate about making videos, and then you can also make money on here. Bro, it's up from there. It's up from there. Like, I'm literally holding myself back. Like, they say this too, like, you are your worst enemy. Like, people always say that, but it really is true. Like, all I gotta do is be consistent, and I can be like the people that got drafted to Streamer University. You know? But yeah, what I admire about a lot of people that got drafted is a lot of them, they've been doing it for years. They were consistent. They're passionate about it, and look where it got them. So I just gotta do the same, you know? But that's my thoughts on Streamer University. I'll probably make another video after the university, like when they go to school and like when school is over. I wonder if it's gonna be 3 days again, because like last time I think it was only 3 days. So I wonder how long they're gonna be in school. It's probably gonna be 3 days again. I don't know, but that's my thoughts from the draft. Comment below your thoughts, and I'll see you on the next video.